You ever just find it weird how nobody talks about the video game community on YouTube? Like, at all? You see people making rants about these different communities, but no one really ever seems to talk about this one. They only really talk about them in one-off videos, but that's really about it. They aren't an oversaturated genre, they don't have toxic fan bases. Today, I thought about talking about a handful of some video game YouTubers and just my thoughts on them, for good or for worse. I might miss a few people here, but we can always revisit this topic one day. Yeah, Avgn, the guy who started it all with video game reviews, back in 2004 to all the way of 2020. The show started around in 2006 after his first two episodes, Simon's Quest and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, were really popular on his website, and decided to continue the series in 2006. James was really cool for the time, since back in 2006 to 2009, not many people knew how to edit like him, since YouTube was very new to these people. With James, he's had a lot of experience with making videos, and he's made videos all the way back in the 80s when he was a kid. He takes the concept of video game reviewing and just makes it so much creative and entertaining for anybody to pretty much watch. I think nearly all of his videos are great, even the newer ones. He really hasn't lost his touch like older YouTubers like Smosh and Channel Awesome. However, over the years, Screenwave have been making changes to Avgn for the worst. The first thing they did was change the thumbnails. Avgn had this yearly style, and that's fine, but when 2019 came around, they permanently changed it to this style and proceeded to change the rest of the channel with that thumbnail style. I hate this change since it got rid of all the old thumbnails. They had this charm to it that it was made back in 2008 rather than modern day, and to see that all gone is really disappointing. Another thing they keep flip-flopping that's really annoying is the microphone. I know that might sound like a nitpick, but it's really noticeable.
30 minutes because I couldn't see there was a ledge to grab onto.
Pretty damn close to the arcade. The graphics are clean, the sound is decent, and the voice samples sound pretty clear.
They add a bonus mission at the end where you return to the base from the first mission.
I don't know why he keeps flip-flopping, but it's really odd. I know there's other drama with Avgn and Screenwave, but it really hasn't affected the main series all that much. Overall, I think Avgn is still pretty good, and I think it will be for years to come. He's always finding newer ways to make his videos better, rather than getting a special guest to join them, or just reviewing games people have been requesting for years. I'm really glad James has taken the time to make this series good, rather than just putting quantity over quality with them. To be honest, I don't think I have anything bad I can say about scottthewaz. He usually talks about topics for his videos like Nintendo consoles, controllers, handheld games, basically anything video game related. I love how Scott usually makes his last videos of the year end with a bang. They're really funny, and his friends are not bad actors themselves. They are just as funny as Scott when they're there. He sometimes gets really creative with his videos, like his anime video or his Christmas special. This guy's crazy on what he'll come up with next. He puts so much effort into it to the point you actively want to rewatch all of his stuff. Scott really reminds me of Avgn, and honestly, he's on the path to becoming popular, maybe even more popular than Avgn one day. He's currently at 1 million subscribers, growing at a fast pace, getting millions of views for each video, which most video game YouTubers can't really say anymore. Something I'm a little worried about Scott is, one day he's gonna just run out of ideas. While weekly uploading is alright, it's gonna lead to him probably running out of ideas, and I can kinda see that maybe in 2021. But he still somehow surprises me on what he can talk about next, so I don't think it's something we really have to worry about now. Also, this guy collaborates with so many people. Featuring scottthewaz is now just a genre at this point. Caticarus was a YouTuber for me at first. I really didn't like all that much. Now watching him again, he isn't that bad. I really enjoyed watching his videos. So much, I watched all of his season's work. However, the main problem with Caticarus is he really isn't that funny. Like, I feel like he tries sometimes to be that, but there were times I found him funny, and times I don't know why I found that funny, but it just was to me. He's changed up his style now a little bit. Instead of talking about reviews, he talks about topics/batches of games, like him playing the worst games on the PS4 or kids games on the PS1, and topics like demo discs, magazines, and the worst game reviews back in the 90s. When he first started out, he usually talked mostly about PS1, PS2 era of games on his channel, from games he used to love playing, TV-based show games, and shovelware. like the awful Phoenix games of Disney games. He's also made videos with unpopular opinions, which, to be honest, some of these opinions I actually do agree with. Also, some of his collabs are actually pretty interesting. His most recent one was with scottthewaz, and it's just really bizarre seeing Scott in just different editing. But I kinda like how different it was. It wasn't weird, but he did it with other people as well. Also, for the longest time, he had the same thumbnail template, but now they're just completely drawn and the thumbnail art looks really well done. I think caticarus is pretty good, but I really hope he puts a low to the random jokes in his videos, as it's kind of unfunny, but his videos are really entertaining. Nitro Rad is a YouTuber who plays the more obscure side of video game IPs. He usually talks about the ones from the N64 and GameCube era of platformers, like Ty, Billy Hatcher, Glover, Tonic Trouble, Chameleon Twist. He covers them all. He has a simple format with his videos and talks about the game, any memories he had, and facts about them. It's a really simple formula, but it actually works pretty alright. He sometimes gets creative with his openings, like his Silent Hill reviews, and his intro to Corey in the House, or the Drake and Josh review. He also does an April Fool's special for his videos. That's basically just him doing a bunch of random stuff, and a video game review in the middle, and the other random stuff at the end. This guy's way more generous towards games, like some games you would think he would hate, like Sonic Forces, or Bubsy the Woolly Strike Back. He was pretty tame with them, and unlike most YouTubers who pretty much gave those games a ton of hate, I'm glad Nitro Rad isn't just a bandwagon and not just following the popular opinion. If there's one thing I really don't like about Nitro Rad, it's when he talks about a game, he usually goes a marathon about talking the franchise. Take his Frogger series, for example. I think the Frogger review series was okay, but it kinda got to the point where I kinda just stopped caring about keeping up, since Frogger's not really the most entertaining thing to watch. His review on the game was pretty cool, but I really didn't feel like watching it since it's just more Frogger, and I can already tell how it's gonna go. I did watch some of them, and they're pretty cool, but honestly, I really don't feel like watching all of them. And it kinda sucks, since that means I have to wait till he does another game review until it's something that's not Frogger. It's a minor complaint, but at the same time, I wish he wouldn't do that all the time. Now, here's a YouTuber I'm pretty mixed with. While this guy makes pretty good content, over the years it's kinda gotten meh. He used to make videos on him being triggered on games, but usually him joking and being over-exaggerated, with sometimes putting his actual thoughts on the game. However, when he made a video on showing would it be possible to beat Mario 3D World without touching a coin, he kept making a lot of these. He started doing it with different games, which is fine. That's something people might want to think, hey, if this was possible, like touching every coin or beating Mario 64 DS without Mario. And again, that's fine, but when he started to run out of ideas with this trend, it kinda became stupid on some of his videos. Like, can you beat Mario Bros. DS with the blue shell? It literally became to the point of, why would I want to know that? And other stuff like, can you beat Mario Bros. Backwards? And again, why would I want to know this? Something he does in these videos is that when they don't end up being possible and the answer is no, he still continues to see if the other levels are possible, even though we already know the game is impossible to beat in this certain way. Nathaniel has other series as well, like his Mario 64 ROM hack series. He's had 3 episodes, but his third one was kind of bad. He didn't even review any games for a series called Super Mario 64 ROM Hack Episode 3. It was all just live action, and that's fine if you want live action in it, but don't call it a main episode if you're not even going to show any ROM hacks for it. He also has another series about ranking video game consoles and controllers, even third-party controllers. These videos are not bad, probably my favorites, but I miss when he used to make videos on specific games like Mario ROM hacks and videos like Psycho Waluigi. I really enjoy these videos, and a lot of effort was put into them. However, now they're just been pushed to the other channel, Nathaniel Nandy. I don't know, but I kind of prefer this channel since it does what he used to do back then, but the charm of him doing stuff with his friends and skits is just kind of gone. Some might say it's bad, but things like Super Mario 74 review, the video was purposely supposed to be cheesy, like a sitcom in the review video. Honestly, I just really hope he returns to that style. It reminds me when scottthewaz did that with his friends, and they were a blast to watch. I could say the same with Nathaniel's older reviews. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Nathaniel makes pretty good content, like his editing has improved, effects, stuff like that, but I really do miss his older style of videos. What Nathaniel is still making is pretty alright, but it does feel like over the years a lot has changed. Some good and some bad. Well, that's that's enough for today. Maybe we'll visit this topic with like Ant Dude and Peanut Butter Gamer, but for now we're probably gonna go back to the cartoon topic since that's what I know best. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go watch the Legend of Spyro movie. Oh wait, it got cancelled.